Page 85, Section 4. What is the psychotic phenomenon? It is the emergence in reality of an enormous meaning that has the appearance of being nothing at all, insofar as it cannot be tied to anything, since it has never entered into the system of symbolization. But under certain conditions, it can threaten the entire edifice. Now, there is a lot here, and it'd be great for us to just sit down and unpack each phrase here. A better, more effective move for us at this point in the game is to continue working around through other passages to get some insight into what's going on here. The emergence in reality of an enormous meaning. Enormous meaning? Why is it huge? Why is this an enormous meaning? That has the appearance of being nothing at all. What does that mean? Which is to say, it can't be tied to anything. It appears to be emerging from nowhere and appearing as nothing at all, but yet has the meaning that is enormous, that is huge. This is the riddle that we're unwinding here of psychotic phenomenon. What is the psychotic phenomenon? Turn the page. Let's try 86. Ten lines down. Lacan discusses an eruption in the real of something that he has never known, a sudden emergence of a total strangeness that will progressively bring on a radical submersion of all his categories to the point of forcing him into a veritable reshaping of his world. An emergence in the real of something that we know as typical neurotic beings to be actually an imaginary construction. The psychotic believes that it's the world speaking to them and often through them, not that they are hallucinating. They don't think that their hallucination is an imaginary construction of their own making. They think it is an actual expression from the real. Or at least they're open to this. As we're going to see, this is also a site of great uncertainty for the psychotic. Let's keep reading. A few more lines down, starting with the paragraph, what happens then? What happens then when what is not symbolized reappears in the real? It wouldn't be useless here to bring forward the term defense. Clearly, what appears does so in the register of meaning, in the register of a meaning that comes from nowhere and which refers to nothing, but is an essential meaning, one that concerns the subject, in this case, the psychotic subject. And now here we're in the thick of it. Everything at this point is still appearing to us more as a riddle than as any real clear indication of what psychosis is about. But don't forget, this seminar totals over 300 pages. We're only on page 86 here. And the whole seminar is dedicated to the psychoses. So we're just getting started still with this topic. A few more lines down, towards the bottom of page 86. There's our term for foreclosure, Verwerfung. Is not the same thing as Verneinung. Foreclosure is not at the same level as negation. When, at the beginning of a psychosis, the non-symbolized appears in the real. That's what we're talking about here. From the perspective of the psychotic, something non-symbolized, something that has never undergone symbolic processes, primitive, or otherwise, reappears in the real. That's what we're talking about here. Something that reappears at the level of the real. What could this possibly be? That's the next question that we want to address, or at least give us a sense of how the psychotic experiences this non-symbolized reappearance in the real.